Well, The Yogi's Way, it's a book that highlights the teachings of yoga that focus on the mind and consciousness. And I was inspired to write it because I've been teaching yoga for almost 23 years now. And I've noticed that in the US and really all over the world, yoga, it's almost equated with a physical practice. And the physical practice is beautiful and I love it and I practice it. But I, in my personal life, have needed the teachings of yoga on how to deal with our mind, how to overcome thoughts and emotions that are really tough and painful and get through them and past them and connect with like a really deep peace. And and just growing up with yoga, I've known that there's so many teachings on yoga on how to cultivate that kind of peace. And I felt that those teachings are a bit lacking at the mainstream yoga scenes. And they've helped me so much in my own life that I was like, I want to share these teachings in a way that people can apply it into their own practices and lives. And so this book started to form.
So tell us about the distinction between the higher and lower minds that you write about in the book.
Yeah, so the lower mind is like the conditioned, automatic, reactive mind. So someone yells at me and I yell right back. I'm operating from that lower mind. And then the higher mind is the discerning mind. And when I'm in my higher mind, someone yells at me and I can actually pause and consider like maybe they're having a terrible day or maybe they're having a hard time. And I'm just going to breathe, not take it personally, and respond in a way that actually helps the situation instead of creates more harm. So that's a big part of the journey is like, how do I get from the lower to the higher mind? And then a lot of the practices we do help us make that shift.
What do you most hope that readers will take away from your book?
How much control we have to change the ways that we hurt ourselves and others. When we have these deep patterns and habits, it feels like so much a part of us, and we could be carrying things for lifetimes or generations. It feels like we're bound to these kinds of habits and patterns, but to recognize that we can make these shifts and just how powerful it is to make small shifts in how we think and how we talk and how we act and what a profound difference it can make in our lives. Peace, it's something we create in these ways by becoming aware of our habits and patterns and changing them. It's so common, and I only know this because I've done it, that we wait for things to be peaceful in the world. And then we're like, okay, then I'll be peaceful. Like when I get that, not just world peace, but like when I get that job or that car or that house or that relationship, then like I can relax and be at peace. But I mean, I write about my grandmother in the last chapter, and one of the teachings that always stays with me that I received from her, not she never said it to me, but it just from observing her, is that her life was full of challenges. It was not easy at all. It was like one tough thing after another. But she had this inner peace within her because she had a practice and she was so grounded in her soul and in that spaciousness of consciousness that it's like this tough thing is happening and that tough thing is happening, but I'm grounded in consciousness and my soul, and I can carry peace into all these difficult situations. So just for readers to know that we can create peace within ourselves and bring it to the world instead of waiting for things outside to be all okay.